Hey, welcome to Speaking of Horses. We are in Muskogee, Oklahoma, and this facility is where Merle Haggard got his start. Still, they have some music festivals there in Muskogee. Here's a little known fact. Girl Scout cookies got their start in Muskogee, Oklahoma. Baked for the soldiers or doughboys in World War I, the sale of Girl Scout cookies took off from there. We'll be right back with the story of Bass Reeves from the museum in Oklahoma right after this.
They are our family, and we only want the best for them. No standing water means clean, good tasting, algae-free, mosquito-free, and virus-free water. No risk of electric shock, no risk of fire from faulty wiring. Cool water in the summer, warm water in the winter. Water delivered fresh from the water supply at 50 degrees year-round. Drinking Post water.
Horses! Piranha! Oh no! Oh, the humanity! Oh, piranha.
Nutrition is my passion. My formulas come from over 50 years of experience. Every product contains my unique blend of micronutrients. My focus is health from the inside out.
Hey, welcome to Speaking of Horses, and what a thrill this is today. We are in Muskogee, Oklahoma. You've probably heard of Muskogee and the song, the Merle Haggard song, and but one of the things that perked my interest quite a while back was a lawman by the name of Bass Reeves. We're at the Three Rivers Museum in Muskogee, and Mandy Honeycutt is my guest, and you take care of this museum along with some other people. But we are in the Bass Reeves display. There is a mannequin or image of Bass right here along with horse headstone. He was born in 1838.
Yes, sir.
And lived until 1910. He was a lawman and worked under hanging Judge Parker out of Fort Smith, Arkansas, which isn't all that far from here, and was a very infamous lawman who did not get the recognition for years that he should have. So Mandy, tell us a little bit about, just briefly about Bass's history.
Well, he started out as a slave, and he broke away from slavery, and then he met Judge Parker, and he anointed him a U.S. Deputy Marshal. And in his career, I do know he arrested over 3,000 criminals. At one point, he even arrested his own son, Benjamin, for murder. He murdered his own wife, and after Muskogee became statehood in 1907, he did become a Muskogee police officer.
So he was an officer in the city of Muskogee after statehood in 1907?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, the stories about Bass have been surfacing over the last bit, and I know there was a recent mini-series
Yes.
on TV, a 3 or 4 part series about the life of Bass. There are some books out. One is The Silver Bullet, I believe it is.
Black Gun, Silver Star by Art Burton.
By Art Burton, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Black Gun, Silver Star. I knew I was going to mess that up. See, you were talking about messing things up. But quite a read by Art Burton on the history of Bass. And a gentleman now that goes around the country portraying Bass Reeves a lot, and his name is Ernest Marsh. And hopefully we're going to be talking with Ernest at some point here in this little history of Bass Reeves as well. Now, You do something every year here in Muskogee that is to honor bass. So what is this gathering that you have?
This will be our 14th year for our Bass Reeves Western History Conference. It's usually a 3-day conference. It is held in June 20th, 21st, and 22nd this year.
Go ahead.
It starts on Thursday evening. We start at the historic Roxy Theater. It's a meet and greet for guests and speakers, and we either show a documentary or a movie related to Bass's time period. And on Friday morning, we have a chartered bus tour. We're going to tour through Fort Gibson, and then there will be a little lunch. We have a evening speaker that evening, and then on Saturday we will gather back here at the museum. We have another chartered bus tour, and we will have our Bass Reeves posse. They dress up in period clothing, and so the bus makes frequent stops kind of where Bass's beat was when he was a Muskogee policeman. And the characters get on the bus and they tell their story of who they were. After that, we go to the Oklahoma Music Hall of Fame, and that is where our luncheon and our keynote speaker is. Our keynote speaker this year will be Mr. Sidney Thompson.
Now, you're getting ready to, in the next year or so, have a statue, right?
Yes, sir. We had a really beautiful mural that was painted on the outside of our building on the east end. And in January of 25, we will be placing our bronze statue of Bass Reeves.
Now, you are right downtown Muskogee,
Yes, sir.
and it's about 50 miles outside Tulsa. It's in the beautiful part of eastern Oklahoma.
Yes.
And, you know, the legend, there is the legend that Bass Reeves was the lawman, because when he ran this area, supposedly by legend, he had a Native American who helped him track, and Bass rode a white horse. That it was Bass Reeves and his companion that they actually patterned the Lone Ranger after.
Yes.
We don't have proof, but the legend says, and you know, after a period of years, print the legend. So, all right, so people, you're open year-round, right?
Yes, sir. We're open Wednesdays through Saturday from 10 to 5.
Well, I'll tell you, there is so much history here, and you just got voted one of the best museums for Western history. Is that right?
Yes, sir. True West Magazine and Bob Bosbell named us one of the top 5 Western history museums in Oklahoma.
So, you know, if you're coming through Muskogee or anywhere near Tulsa, also look up, you know, the books by Art Burton.
Yes,
Look
sir.
up Ernest Marsh and his portrayal of Bass Reeves. But basically, look up Bass Reeves, 1838 to 1910, and U.S. Marshal out of Fort Smith, and also a police officer in the city of Muskogee, Oklahoma. So, Mandy, thank you so much.
And thank you.
And please check this out. This is history that we need to pay more attention to. We have more coming here on Speaking of Horses. If you're anywhere around Muskogee, Oklahoma, just outside Tulsa a bit, please stop by and see the Bass Reeves display at the Three Rivers Museum. Well worth the stop. We at Speaking of Horses are happy to have Revitavet as one of our sponsors. Healthy maintenance and rehabilitation of your equine athletes. You can enhance peak performance. You can prevent ailments before they occur. Check them out. You'll love it. Revitavet Systems. We at Speaking of Horses are extremely pleased to have the Natural Vet as one of our sponsors. The Natural Vet has been developing and helping horse people and horse products for many, many years, from bug check to help with bugs and intestinal problems to red cow to help fortify the horse's internal systems, to all of the products to help your horse. Please check out The Natural Vet.